one shot almost every single boss in Outriders as long as you have this build and the right combo. Today I'm going to tell you guys exactly what pieces you need to put this build together and make every content in the game super smooth, super easy, fast, and enjoyable, and one shot the heck out of everybody. So that sounds like something you're definitely interested in. A like would be greatly appreciated, and let's dive in and jump straight into it, and let's talk about the gear. So gear wise, guys, we are going to be looking at a couple very similar items that you've seen from my other previous build, but we took a couple of elements from that particular build and just made them a little bit better and put the right combo, which you're definitely going to want to make sure you watch this video to its entirety to understand the combo that you need to do in order to one-shot every single enemy. Because if you don't understand the combo, you won't be able to one-shot. You'll be doing a lot of damage, but the one-shot is the main thing. You definitely don't want to do 4 rounds of plates. You just want to at least get 1 plate run, or at least 2, but you don't want to do more. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and let's get started with the weapons. Now, as far as the weapons are concerned, guys, our main weapon is the Mythos. Now, the reason why we are very happy with this particular weapon and why this weapon is a requirement is because of the Omen perk. Now, the thing with the Omen perk is that it does 2 major things. Not only does it inflict a lot of damage, but it also applies a status effect that increases damages received by 10% for 3 seconds. It applies bleed, but with that bleed status effect being applied, it's going to increase the damage 30%, which is something we want, and it's very crucial for this particular build. On top of that, guys, we also have Mage's Rage right here, which is critical shots grant 10% anomaly bonus power for 15 seconds. So basically, when we're shooting the enemy, our Omen is being fired out, right, which is like a big boom. We're getting those critical shots that Omen, that Mage's Rage is stacking, and we also have Firestorm in here, which is also going to apply burn. At the same time, we're applying bleed, which it's a ton of damage. Basically, Omen and Firestorm put together, guys, that's about 10 million plus damage, and we're stacking up to 40% in addition to that, to the 30% of the Omen. So that's a 70% anomaly increment just from this weapon alone. All right, so for our secondary weapon, guys, we're running an SMG. The main thing here is to notice that we have armor piercing and status power. The main thing here, you want it to have armor piercing. That's the most important thing. But here, guys, the 2 main mods you want on this weapon, you really don't care what else drops in it. You just want to make sure you have, first things first, Mage's Rage, and that's an armor piercing weapon. That's it. Other than that, it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and use any weapon as long as it has those 3 things. Now, here, it doesn't matter what weapon we have here. This is just a random one. The only reason we're plot this one here is because it has armor piercing and status power. That is the main thing that you want to do. You want to make sure all these weapons have armor piercing. So that's why I said you could either go with the Mythos for your secondary weapon. You could go with the Wicker. I was a little bit too lazy to put it from my other character. Or you could go with this one. Hold on, there's another SMG that I don't... this one right here that has armor piercing as well. The only thing you're looking for here, guys, is the first mod, and that other than that, you guys are good to go. Now on to the armor. So for the armor, guys, we're running the Ronin. Now the Ronin is actually pretty good because usually the majority of the time it spawns with really good mods, and this one in particular spawned with Arms of Anomaly, which it almost always spawns with, and we also have Death Sentence. So this is a really good effective way. If you guys are trying to farm this particular helmet with this particular role, you're definitely going to want to check out my video on Guarantees Legendary God Rolls. That's going to tell you guys how you can farm the perfect role and how I've been able to farm the majority of my legendary items. So with that being said, guys, we went ahead and put our power assimilation right here, which is going to boost our anomaly power by 200k damage. And we also have the Arms of Anomaly, which critical shots are going to increase our anomaly by 500,000 as well by 6 seconds. And we have Death Sentence here, which means is when you apply Ash Blast, your weapon and anomaly damage is going to get incremented by 40% to 30% for 5 seconds. So you guys are seeing here the anomaly power is actually stacking up. We're at 1 million. Now, for the chest piece, we're using the upper robes of the Lava Leech. This has anomaly power, status power, skill, life leech. Here, guys, we went ahead and put in Eruption, which is going to increase the skill duration by 50%. We also have Giga Blast, which drops with the armor piece, and that just increases the duration of the actual explosion. This is really good for mobbing, basically. And you guys saw when I was showing you guys the little clips of me using this particular build to mob, it does a really good amount of damage. We went ahead and got fortunate here to get Captain Hunter, which is going to increase your damage against elites. It's a really good chess piece to have. Next up, guys, we have the lower robes of the lava leech. So we're running a 3-piece lava leech here. And we have improved damage, which is going to increase the explosion damage by almost 1,000,000. We have no resistance against the fortified. This is a required mod. And we also have move groove, which is really important because when you're moving, your anomaly power is going to get increased, and also your firepower. That's a really good stuff. The majority of the time you're going to be moving with this build, and getting that extra anomaly power and firepower is always crucial. All right, so now moving on to the gloves. Now for the gloves, guys, we have Edna in here. This is extremely important because this is going to be doing two things. Number one, it's going to allow you to activate the eruption skill twice, and in addition to that, it's going to also allow you to inflict burn on the enemies as well. And so you'll have ash, burn, both of these things happening at the same time. We have Aura of the Force here. Critical shots grant 200k damage of anomaly power to you and your allies. So basically just more anomaly power here. Now for the boots here, guys, we have Master Consumer, which actually drops the boots. We went ahead and put Anomaly Echo here, which is going to basically lift up your firepower and your anomaly power. Bonus on skill activation. So every time you're activating the skill, that's going to get picked up again. And we actually got these to drop with Unstoppable Force, which is going to increase your anomaly power by 50% of your resistant piercing. So it's really important that you understand this, because the Unstoppable Force and the no resistance piercing basically converts all the damage into anomaly damage, allowing us to boost the anomaly damage as much as we can. So we go to our skills here, or our overall stats. You're going to notice that our resistant piercing is extremely high, 105. And this is what makes this build so powerful, is because as long as this is high, our anomaly is going to be high as well. Now, moving on to the classes and skills that we're going to be using, guys, we're going to be running Overheat, as you guys already know. There's a 9-second cooldown. We have Ash Blast, which is going to be on a 10-second cooldown. And we have Eruption, which is going to be on a 13-second cooldown. I know the cooldowns from other builds that you've seen are a lot lower. But the thing with this build is that you're going to be doing so much damage, the cooldown is not going to be so much of a factor where you're going to feel like, man, I wish I was spamming my skills more often. It's actually pretty good because of the amount of damage we're able to dish out. Now, as far as the class tree is concerned, it looks a little bit similar, but we're going to talk about a couple notes that you're definitely going to want to make sure your attention to. So anomaly damage, of course, more damage here, damage, anomaly damage. Main bread and butter here, guys, is this one, which is extinction. It's going to increase your damage against by 20% on enemies below 30%. This is what allows you to melt the bosses really fast. Then we have Incinerate. The momentum burn ends. The enemy gets inflicted with ash. Once again, stacking those status effects right here. Now, we have here increase more weapon damage, and we're picking up Immobilize, which is activating your Immobilize skills, increases your anomaly power by 45%. Some more damage. Now, the thing we did a little bit different is people like to go here, which is going to enemies inflicted with ash receive 10% more damage. I actually go up here, which is going to increase your armor piercing, because the more armor piercing we have, the more damage we're able to output, because remember, that's getting converted into more anomaly damage. This only does damage against ash. This does damage in general with anomalies. So that's what makes it important. This does the same effect as well, because resistant piercing turns into armor piercing, turns into anomaly damage. You guys get the gist. Moving along the tree, guys, more anomaly power, resistance right there, anomaly power, resistance piercing. So as you guys see, we're proccing that resistant piercing. And then we have increased damage against elite by 10%, plus the mod we have over there, that's 15%, that's 25% once again. And we also have Grave Ablaze, which in explosion skills, base damage is increased by 30%, which is really, really good. Now onto our pack tree, guys, we went to the bottom tree. Reason why we go here, it's going to increase your resistant piercing by 50%. Once again, more anomaly power. Explosive skills are going to do more damage by 100% of your resistant piercing. You guys saw our resistant piercing is 105, so this is going to be doing a ton of damage. We have reduced skill cooldown for 4 seconds when the skills are in cooldown for 3 seconds, so that allows our skills to come back. Even though we have that high cooldown, this allows the cooldown to be knocked down by 4 seconds, allowing us to get that skill back really fast, as you guys saw in the gameplay. This one's Backdraft, which is your anomaly power increased by 30% of every skill cooldown. And last but not least, we have Trigger Sequence. Activating an explosion skill increases the damage of the next explosion skill by 25%, stacks up to 3 times. So very powerful and very potent. All right, so I know the question you guys are having is, Laser, can you please tell me the combo that I need to do to replicate this one-shot build, and how is this actually happening? So first things first, guys, I'm going to give you guys the sequence of what you want to do, and I'm going to slow down the video so you can see what's happening to tell you guys what we're doing. So first things first, guys, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have our Omen out. We're going to shoot our Omen, and when we shoot our Omen, which is on the Mythos, that is going to go and proc 2 things. Number one, it's going to proc Omen, and it's going to proc Firestorm. But the beautiful thing about Omen is that it actually consists as a debuff, so that's going to give us that debuff. Now, as soon as we shoot that, we're then going to switch over to our secondary weapon. In my case, it's an SMG, but in your case, it would be any other weapon that has First Things First as a mod or Mage's Rage. Now, as soon as you switch over to that, you are then going to do Ash Blast and Overheat. Once Ash Blast and Overheat have been done, you're then going to shoot your weapon, and that's going to give you guys crit damage, which is going to proc Mage's Rage, and then you're going to do a quick reload cancel to proc First Things First. Basically, what that's going to do is going to give you that 50% armor piercing, which is going to boost your anomaly power exponentially, and then you hit Eruption, and it's pretty much dead in instants. That is how you go ahead and proc this one-shot build. Now that you guys know how to put it together, now that you know how to do the one-shot combo, I want to know in the comment section down below, what pieces are you missing to actually get this build together? And we will be streaming to help you guys hit that level 40 and also help you get some of these weapons as well. So make sure you guys check that out. If you want to know how to target farm legendary items, you're definitely going to want to check out this video that's popping up right now on the screen, so you guys know exactly where you need to go to actually get this done and put this build together. Hope you guys are enjoying our content. If you are doing the heats for you guys, drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on all your notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.